All right, Ian, would you like to tell us about our monster variant today?
Absolutely. Our monster variant today is the Lizardfolk Sovereign Blade. The origin for this is the Minotaur. We're going to start with that stat block as the basis.
Minotaur.
And it gains a few new features, such as the Amphibious, which means it can now swim. Suckers. And it also gains Superiority Dice, which it has 3 of, which are D8s. And it can expend those Superiority Dice to use a maneuver, like the Battlemaster Fighter. It's awesome. Yep. And as such, it gains, well, maneuvers. Parry, Riposte, and Fainting Strike.
Flurry of Steel recharges on a 6. The Lizardfolk can move up to half its speed. During this movement, the Lizardfolk can make an attack against up to 3 creatures it passes within its reach during the movement. Attacks against the Lizardfolk have disadvantage while moving in this way.
What do you guys think about this monster, the Lizardfolk Sovereign Blade?
I find it interesting that the maneuvers selected here are defensive in nature. So
yes, and that's the lore that I'm writing up for this monster for our patrons. Delves into these are more like Defender Guardians than they are Vicious Assaulter, which fits that theme. But their recharge ability is very
pretty.
Brutal.
Yeah, brutal. The artwork's great, gorgeous too. So the fact that they get parry allows them defense, riposte, counter, feigning, and distractions to grant openings. And of course, with Flurry of the Steel, they can move up to half their speed and then make any number of attacks up to 3 creatures as it passes. I imagine it's like whirling its blades, very much like a samurai, as it's just passing people. The lore on this is going to be a lot of fun. Do you see any advantageous ways you would run this in combat?
I mean, just fighting more than one of these, good luck keeping them down, and they can hit how many people in one go? And not to mention, I can easily see them using the Flurry of Steel to get to the backline very fast to take out the spellcasters.
That is an excellent point. And I can imagine the wizard just pissing himself as he's got this little army of characters defending him, and then this thing just swirls its blades, pass right through, slices them up, and is like right in front of him. Its tongue slashing around as it growls and bellows at him. The one thing I always think would be interesting is the fact that it's amphibious. It can go underwater for extended periods of time. Means they have the potential to be effective ambushers too. Brandon, do you have anything?
Yeah, actually, that's a question. This is technically a maneuver and not an actual attack, right?
It is. It does not fall under the attack action, if that's what you're asking.
So you can use Flurry of Steel, attack up to 3 creatures just to get to the target that you want, and then attack them.
No, it still requires an action. It's just not the attack action. Right? So
right.
That's a mechanical difference that I don't think is a big deal here. It's like think of it as a low level Dragon's Breath, I guess, except instead of breath, it's steel.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I apologize for any confusion. If that confuses people, let me know, and I will consider rewriting that.
Yeah, I might want to clarify. It's a standard action to use it, but other than that, yeah.
Well, in the stat block, it's under action, but I will fix that. All right. Yeah. So, otherwise, I really like this. The Lizardfolk Sovereign Blade. I wanted something meaty. I wanted something that was focused on defense and not offensive, because we see all monsters that are always got all these abilities to deal damage. This one has more that allow it to avoid it, right? Which makes it pretty tanky and meaty. So, all right, I think that'll do it for our monster, the Lizardfolk Sovereign Blade.